Hey, I'm back to make a second video. I'm here with my son. Yeah, he's super excited. That's his fake homicidal laugh. So, okay, calm down. He is really excited about this for some reason. So I'm back with some dip pens. Alright, bud, shoot. Calm down. So I got these two dip pens. Couldn't really tell you the brand names on these. This one's actually Tachikawa. This is a popular one that Japanese comicers use, also known as mangakas, or however you choose to say it. But I just want to cover some of the things that you're going to need if you're using dip pens. Now, I'm not an expert in dip pens, but I am proficient. And when trying to figure out how to use these, it was extremely frustrating. And I kind of just want to create a better resource for people who want to maybe get into using dip pens. So before you even start using them, you're going to have to set them on fire. Not literally. Don't even let the flame touch these nibs when you're heating them up. Because as you might have noticed in your own research, they come coated in like this oil or wax or some bullshit like that. And you have to take it off somehow. Some people have said, you know, put it in a potato. And they're literally just stabbing these into potatoes. Okay, do that if you want. I'm not doing that. That sounds ridiculous. I'd rather lightly burn it. And that's super easy to do. Like I said, don't even let the flame touch it. I'll create a better video on how to do that stuff later. Really wanted to start using these on this piece. I already had before, I didn't record it, all the little hatching here. Right here, these super thin lines, done with this nib. Some of the thicker lines around here, I use the Tachikawa. And I like the grip on this one. It's a lot wider than this, and it's even got a little rubber part. I don't know if I like the rubber part or not, but it's definitely better for my hands to have this thicker grip. Anyway, what else do you need? Well, you need ink. I got this Speedball Super Black. Works well. I've had this thing for years. Recently had to renew the ink. And that will probably be in a separate video, along with how to heat up the damn nib without damaging it. But anyway, I got that black ink. This is new. I just got this Higgins white ink that I'll use for correcting mistakes. A lot of the mistakes I made in the last video. Especially around here, these awkward lines. I might try doing it in this video. Not feeling super confident with that, but I might just do it. Something else you want to have is this is actually just water. Used to be clean water. Now it's ink water. You want to dip your pen pretty regularly. In that, it helps keep it clean throughout the entire process. And then I have this, just a random rag that I use to occasionally dry it off. Because when I work on my art, I tend to have to start and stop. Because I have two animals that I live with. Not even referring to my dogs. I'm just referring to my children. They will do anything and everything they can to make me stop and break my stride. And it's a fun challenge. At least I think that's how they look at it. I almost forgot. You want to have some scrap paper on hand to make sure that you're having good ink flow and putting down good lines before you go to the drawing. So this is just what I have on hand nearby. Actually, I'm trying to kind of want the actual drawing paper to overlap it. Like that. And trying to figure out where I want to start today. Make sure you kind of shake your ink up before you get into it. Don't shake it like, you know, a protein shake. You don't want to super shake it. Just shake it up enough to get everything kind of moving around. Probably more than that. Being a little ridiculous here. But you don't want it foaming up. Because it tends to dry out. The water will separate from some of the other ingredients. Like this here. I don't know if you can tell. It's just slightly bubbly, not super bubbly. Perfect. Now that I officially look like a weirdo, I'm going to test this out. And that is a sound that I love. Oh yeah. So, you know what I did again today? I did in my last video is I'm going into this raw. That's right. No warm-ups or anything beforehand. Just want to get right into it. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. I just started. My son comes over and hands me a sock. Guess what? He wants me to put a sock on for him. Yeah. Lay that down briefly, and of course it's going to mess up the ink flow. I'll have to probably restart with this ink. Redip it. Let's see. See that? Nothing coming off the darn thing. Alright. So I actually dip it in the water. Over that cloth. And when you dip it in the ink, you want it to go, you're probably having trouble seeing it. There's a little hole there. That's actually kind of the ink well. That keeps the ink running smoothly. That's perfect. That's what I want. I want it to look just like that. And so some of you might be thinking, why would this guy even bother using a nib? Sorry, a dip pen. I just call them nibs. You know, when there's, you know, tech pens and microns and other artist pens, Copic multiliners, why bother using a dip pen? You have to keep stopping and starting, re-dipping. Yes, all that is true. But guess what? Nibs, sorry, dip pens are kind of the perfect. Don't play with that, bud. Don't play with that. Thank you. Don't play with that. Thank you. Thank you. Don't do it. I'm not. Stop. Not joking. Stop.
It's me. It's me.
You have a Captain America shield here. Go play with your Captain America shield. Jeez. So, dip pens are kind of the perfect inking tool. They are somewhere between a brush and an artist pen. And gosh, what does that mean? Well, it means you can get very thin lines and you can get thick lines. Unlike an artist pen or a tech pen, you won't get any real line width unless, well, I should just say you won't get any line width is possible to do it. Kind of like a ballpoint pen, you can get, you know, kind of a faded line with it, but it's not really meant for that. These dip pens are meant to vary the line width based on the pressure that you apply. Now it's not going to give you the super thick lines like a brush, because it doesn't have the hairs that spread. But it will give you super fine lines like this, barely touching the paper. And then it will give you much thicker lines like that. Now, I will at some point, I promise, get to making a real tutorial video with dip pens. Right now I just don't feel confident enough in my ability to make a YouTube video that is entertaining enough and quality enough to actually keep people's attention and, I don't know, just convey what I want to convey. Those are good example lines right there of thickness. And you might be thinking, those aren't very thick lines. Well, this nib doesn't go very thick, but it's thick compared to these finer lines that I did right next to it. And I am not entirely sure I'm getting the feather sizes and patterns down right, but they look good, at least to me, and that's what I'm going to go with. Probably getting way too much into detail right now. What? Buddy, I'm just trying to make a video. What are you doing? I'm just talking to myself, buddy. Probably thinks his daddy's a weirdo. He's going to be starting preschool soon, and I'm sure he's going to be like, my dad talks to himself. Or he talks to the phone. He's a weirdo. Making YouTube videos is probably a terrible idea. Bad influence. I wonder how that sounds in a video when your phone goes off and makes a notification. That'll be interesting to find out. Now, as you may have noticed, I have not dipped my pen very much. I think if you do it right, you won't need to dip it very often. So that's cool. to end this portion with this nib. And the video's now been going on for 15 minutes. That went by really quickly. Show you what I'm doing here. I'm not using any kind of artist rag or anything fancy. I'm actually using an old shirt that I cut up. And it works very well in these kind of situations. I'll move on to this nib now. Now what I was talking about, you see that circle in the center there? That circle is where the ink needs to pass. It needs to go just above that, because that's kind of functioning as an inkwell right there. So what I do is I dip it in the water just to get it moist. Can't really explain why, but it seems to make the thing function better. I'll zoom out. I haven't dipped into the ink yet, just working on the flexibility of the nib. Oh, dipped it way too far. Alright. If you really like the way this nib feels on the paper as compared to the other one, I'm not a big fan of how thin the grip is. And when you're using dip pens, you don't want it to be straight up. You don't want it to be at a 90-degree angle. You want it to be like about a 45-degree angle to the paper or less. And the inner curved side, right there, should be down towards the paper. I actually probably consistently keep this right about 45 degrees or more. I can't seem to get it that low, especially when you have the spiral side right under your hand. Okay. So you see what it looks like? I've got some ink blots there, which sucks. Let me tap it. No, try it on. You do two methods, and it's either like pushing away from you or pulling towards you. Oh, that's what it's doing. Okay. And this nib is actually, it's actually less flexible than the other one. Actually, it takes a second to get used to coming from the other one to this one. I'm just going to hatch the hell out of this area, make it dark AF for show. Just want to see how many hip, cool kid terms I could get in there. For a 30-year-old man, I think I just did pretty damn well. I should have used lit. It's lit. No. Nah, I'm gonna kill yourself with that thing. Yeah, that's fine. Stop hitting me with it. Stop that. My daughter has just joined me. Put down that light bulb. What's wrong with you? Gosh. Children, I swear. Don't have any. All the kids out there, if you just want to... If you feel like you have too much free time on your hands, and you don't know what to do about this problem you have, having too much free time, just go have kids. Quick, easy solution. If you find yourself getting in too much trouble on weekends, and you just wanna change your ways, just go have kids. So I actually just re-dipped my pen. Sorry, my nib. She is, don't you dare. Stop it. How about you get down? I'm messing with the camera stand. Trying to mess with me. Here I am. Just trying to relax. Just trying to be artistic. This is my therapy. That's how I relax. No, you want to guarantee art will no longer be relaxing for you. Just have children. Joking. I love my children. Second best part of my day. No, wait. Sorry, meant to say the first and best part of my day. Rah, 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 rah. My kids growl. They're fun. They're fun like that. Now you see how thin that line is compared to all the other ones near it? That's why this nib is better for details. Don't you dare! I'm gonna end this video now. See you guys later.